Hungary is a parliamentary republic with a unitary central state structure, which operates in line with democratic orders based on the constitution. The document is officially titled Alaptörvény, the basic law of Hungary in English. Succeeding the previous one, the current constitution was adopted in 2011 and came into force on the 1st of January 2012. It defines the fundamental rights, duties and responsibilities of both the state and its citizens, as well as the basic attributes, organization and structure of the state, including the most important political and legal bodies and actors. The central power is divided between the traditional three branches: the legislature, which is the unicameral parliament, officially called the National Assembly, the executive, which is the government, and the judiciary. The Országgyűlés, in English the National Assembly, or as it is usually called, the parliament, has the supreme political power in the country, although some exceptional rights are delegated onto the level of the European Union. The National Assembly has only one chamber, and according to the latest rules consists of 199 members, elected to 4-year terms. Their election is organized in a parallel voting system which involves two methods. 106 out of the total number of the mandates are decided in single-member districts by the first-past-the-post principle, while the remaining 93 are elected in a party-list proportional system, in which single parties must win at least 5% of the popular votes to get into the legislation. The first democratic general elections after the changes happened in 1990, followed by the elections in 1994, 1998, 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014 and 2018. The seat of the National Assembly is the magnificent neo-Gothic palace called Országház in Hungarian, which literally means the house of the country. The work of the National Assembly is led by the Speaker of the Parliament, az Országgyűlés elnöke or házelnök, literally the President of the National Assembly or the President of the House in Hungarian. The head of the state is the President of the Republic, called köztársasági elnök in Hungarian, the first among all officers. But since Hungary has a parliamentary system, his role is mainly symbolic. His most important rights and duties, among others, are to oversee the democratic operation of the state, to approve and challenge the laws adopted by the parliament, to appoint the ministers nominated by the Prime Minister, to represent the state in diplomatic relations, and also he is the former leader of the Hungarian Defense Forces. The presidential mandate lasts 5 years and can be repeated. His office operates in the Sándor Palace, which lies in the Buda Castle district. After the political changes in 1989, 1990, Mátyás Szűrös, the Speaker of the Parliament, was the acting President of the Republic until the first election would be held. The first democratically elected President of the Republic was Árpád Gönc, and was followed by Ferenc Mádl, László Sólyom, Pál Schmidt, and as another acting President, László Kövér, the Speaker of the Parliament. The incumbent President of the Republic is János Áder, who has been in his office since 2012 for the second time in a row. The government of Hungary, called Magyarország kormánya in Hungarian, is responsible to the parliament and led by the Prime Minister, who practically exercises the executive power. The Prime Minister, or miniszterelnök in Hungarian, is elected by the parliament with a simple majority, and in most cases he is the leader or one of the most influential politicians of the party with the most seats in the parliament. His cabinet consists of a number of ministers responsible for policies and administration on the highest level in various fields. Below the ministerial level, there are several state secretaries and deputy state secretaries in each ministry, managing the operative work of governance in certain specific areas. The Prime Minister nominates their ministers and has the exclusive right to dismiss them. The selection of the ministers must be approved by the President of the Republic. The mandate of the government and the Prime Minister, along with the mandate of the Parliament after the general election, normally lasts 4 years and can be repeated. His office operates in the so-called Carmelita, a former monastery and later theatre building, which lies in the Buda Castle district. The first democratically elected Prime Minister of Hungary after the political transition in 1989-1990 was József Antal, followed by Péter Boros, Gyula Horn, Viktor Orbán, Péter Medgyessy, Ferenc Gyurcsány, and Gordon Bajnai. The current Prime Minister is Viktor Orbán, who has held his title for the fourth time, third time in a row since 2010. The current government consists of 10 ministries: the Prime Minister's Office, the Prime Minister's Cabinet Office, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, the Ministry of Interior, the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Human Capacities, the Ministry of National Innovation and Technology, the Ministry of Agriculture, and the Ministry of Defense. Besides the Prime Minister and these 10 ministers, there are 3 others currently being members of the cabinet as ministers without portfolio, one of them holding the title of Deputy Prime Minister at the same time. The ultimate and most prestigious institution of the judiciary of Hungary is the Alkotmánybíróság, the Constitutional Court, which has the power to challenge the legislation on grounds of unconstitutionality. Its members are elected for a term of 12 years. The Supreme Court of Hungary is called the Curia, and it is the top institution of the Hungarian civil and penal legal system. Along with its president, the Supreme Court is completely independent from the executive branch, and so is the chief prosecutor of Hungary. There are ombudsmen in Hungary too. Their role is to protect civil, minority, educational and ecological rights in non-judicial matters. Although the state has a unitary structure, there is a historically strong tradition of local and regional self-governance in Hungary. Speaking of political and administrative divisions, Hungary consists of 19 counties or megyék in Hungarian, each having a county seat, megyeszékhely in Hungarian. The counties are divided into smaller units called járás, which means district in English. Besides this political and administrative division, the counties belong to the following 8 development and statistical regions. The capital city Budapest forms a single region, which is not a county, yet the seat of Pest County is Budapest. The rest of Pest County is identical to the central Hungary region. The northern Hungary region consists of Nógrád, Heves and Borsod-Abaúj-Zemplén counties. Their county seats are Salgótarján, Eger and Miskolc. The northern Great Plain region covers Szabolcs-Szatmár-Bereg, Hajdú-Bihar and Jász-Nagykun-Szolnok counties. Their county seats are Nyíregyháza, Debrecen and Szolnok. Békés, Csongrád-Csanád and Bács-Kiskun counties make up the southern Great Plain region. The county seats are Békéscsaba, Szeged and Kecskemét. Tolna, Baranya and Somogy counties belong to the southern Transdanubia region, with the county seats Szekszárd, Pécs and Kaposvár. The western Transdanubia region includes Zala, Vas and Győr-Moson-Sopron counties, having Zalaegerszeg, Győr and Szombathely as their county seats. And Komárom-Esztergom, Veszprém and Fejér counties comprise the central Transdanubia region. The seats of these counties are Tatabánya, Veszprém and Székesfehérvár. Budapest has the official title of the capital city, főváros in Hungarian, while the remaining 18 county seats along with 5 other major cities, Sopron, Nagykanizsa, Dunaújváros, Érd and Hódmezővásárhely, are cities with county rights. These 24 cities have mayors and general assemblies, elected for 5-year terms, and they have the right to divide their territory and administration into districts. The capital has 23 districts, each having its own district mayor besides the mayor of Budapest. A county's decision-making body is called the General Assembly and is led by the president. Smaller towns and villages also have their own mayors who, together with local representatives, are elected for 5-year terms too.